Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, heartbreak for the Huskers this weekend, now shifting their focus to Northwestern. Plus, CHI Health is trying to make it as convenient as possible to get your flu shot. But first, changes in what your insurance covers when it comes to COVID. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Megan Conway. Rod has the night off. Early in the pandemic, many health insurance companies across the country waived fees associated with any COVID treatment, but those copays and deductibles are making a comeback. Channel 8's Alexa Skineski has all the details in our coronavirus news tonight. Alexa?
Yeah, that's right. Now that we have more knowledge on COVID-19 and readily available vaccines, insurance companies are saying it's time to start paying those bills again. Nebraska health insurance companies stepped up when the pandemic started. If you had to be tested or treated for COVID-19, your insurance covered those costs. And they even took a step further, covering deductibles and copays, resulting in zero out-of-pocket expenses for any COVID treatment in 2020. But times have changed. Many insurance companies are no longer waiving those fees and now treating COVID like they would any other illness, because they say we have enough knowledge and treatment now for the coronavirus.
If you go to the doctor's office and you have a copay, you'll pay the copay. If you have to be hospitalized or get additional testing, then it's going to be subject to the normal rules of your health insurance policy. So you may have to cover the deductible and things like that.
When COVID testing sites first opened last year, testing was almost always free, but that's no longer the case. Several places are now asking for an insurance card. And if you walk into your doctor's office or an urgent care and want to be tested, whether or not that testing is going to be paid for by your insurance will depend on the guidelines of your policy. If you have symptoms or significant exposure, then typically yes, insurance would cover. But if you're getting tested just because, chances are that will not be covered. All of this comes as a new rule was issued by President Biden. Businesses with over 100 employees will need to either get the vaccine or submit to regular testing. For those who would test weekly, that could potentially come at a very high cost, depending on who's paying.
If you Google that, you'll get a lot of different pieces of information. And some of it says, depending upon the employer, it may be covered by the employer. Sometimes it could be at the employee's expense.
Across the country, people are seeing their COVID medical bills for the first time and taking on the financial responsibility. And that's causing some harsh realities for those who not only survived COVID, but potentially lost their income during the pandemic. McPike says there are resources available to help those who need financial assistance for medical bills. She says call whoever sent you the bill and let them know you need help.
Please address it. Please talk to them and let them know what your situation is, as opposed to the other option of I'm going to ignore it. If I ignore it, it's going to go away. You're not the first person who's run into this situation. And it's not anybody's intent to cause your financial ruin. It's let's work out a solution.
By the way, these insurance companies have been operating under federal emergency measures, which is set to end on October 17th. Time will only tell if that will be extended or not.
Some great information there affecting really everyone, Alexa. Thank you very much for that story tonight. Now let's take a look at the latest COVID numbers. Last week, UNL reported 44 new cases and LPS had 101. Out of those at LPS, 93 are students and 8 are staff. As of this morning, LPS reporting only 1 positive case in students so far this week, none in faculty. Lancaster County reported 563 new cases last week with 4 new deaths. 3 of those were unvaccinated and 1 person was vaccinated. In other health news now, it's flu shot season and CHI Health is offering a drive-up clinic at all of their locations. Here's the details.
The pandemic has left healthcare workers with more questions than answers regarding this year's flu season.
We really don't know what to expect with the flu season this year. Last year, because of masks, social distancing, people working from home, no large gatherings, we didn't really see any flu season. And so we don't even know how effective the flu shots were last year. This year, all bets are off. I mean, families are going to want to get together, people are back at work, people are wearing masks, not wearing masks.
CHI Health is making these flu shots available to the community in a very convenient way. Starting today and throughout the month of October, they'll be holding drive-up flu shot clinics at one of their 7 local locations every Saturday morning. Today it was in Millard from 8 a.m. to noon.
Oh, I thought this was a great idea. Super convenient. I just called ahead and just got any time I wanted to, and I just roll up and on my way in minutes.
Yeah, you come up, you show us your arm, we give you the shot, and let you go home.
A quick, simple way to keep you and your family safe.
Protecting yourself against the flu is really, really good. You know, I have kids and a wife at home. I want to keep them safe and older parents, so I want to keep myself healthy and everyone safe around me.
Anyone 6 months and up should get a flu shot. Folks at particularly high risk are children, pregnant women, folks with chronic medical problems, but the flu shot's the best thing we have to protect against getting the flu, or even if it's not going to keep you from getting the flu, you may not get as sick.
In a way to possibly take some stress and strain off of healthcare workers.
We're all exhausted. We're tired of flu. We're tired of COVID. We're tired of everybody getting sick. We're tired of the emergency rooms being full, the hospitals being full. Best thing we can do is take every step we can to protect ourselves.
You can go to the links we mentioned tab on our website, klkntv.com, to make an appointment and check the location schedule. A big announcement from Lincoln Public Schools this afternoon. Superintendent Dr. Steve Joel is retiring. Dr. Joel has held the position of superintendent at LPS since 2010. And before that, he served as superintendent for Grand Island Public Schools for a decade. The Board of Education will vote tonight to officially accept his resignation. He would remain in his role, though, through the end of this school year. We'll have much more on this story and hear from Dr. Joel himself tonight at 6 and 10 o'clock. Let's head on over to the Weather Center now and talk with John Dissauer about, our August weather. I mean, almost October weather.
July, August, something like that. Yeah, hard to believe, back up in the 90s again. And not only are we in the 90s, we've actually tied a record high temperature for the state. We've made it up to 93 degrees this afternoon in Lincoln. Temperatures even breaking records out towards Hastings this afternoon. This is our 58th 90-degree day so far this year. The normal to date would be 41, so we've well surpassed our normal 90-degree days. Live look outside from Honda of Lincoln shows plenty of blue skies. Nearly a cloud to be found anywhere in southeast Nebraska. And that's allowed temperatures to warm this afternoon. It's 94 right now in Beatrice, 93 in Hastings, and 93 Grand Island, and we're still holding on to 93 degrees in Lincoln. Satellite and radar, well, nothing to speak of overhead right now. In fact, I'm going to take you well to the south and show you an area of low pressure that is spinning across Arizona and Texas. And this is what's coming up our direction, and will bring some changes to our weather pattern as we head towards the end of the week. But for this evening, it is going to stay very summer-like. 91 degrees at 6 o'clock, 78 degrees by 8, and only down to 72 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. Temperatures will drop back off into the 50s. We've got another chance for 90s tomorrow, but after that, we start to see those changes coming. I'll detail those changes coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, John. Now to sports. Nebraska football fell to Michigan State in a heartbreaking overtime match this past weekend. Now the Huskers have to pull it together to face yet another conference opponent. Channel 8's Kelsey Casper joins us now with more on that. Kelsey?
Yeah, Megan, the Huskers return home this Saturday after 2 devastating road losses to Oklahoma and Michigan State. Both games this team knew they could win, but now yet again, the Huskers regrouped this morning and shifted their focus towards Northwestern.
Well, every game in this league is close, it seems like. Everybody's so even in this league, and that's why little things matter so much. But this is a exceptionally well-coached, disciplined, intelligent team that doesn't beat itself, and you're going to be in close games with a team like that.
Yeah, I mean, every year they're a super disciplined team. They're going to have good skill players, good O-line, so it's going to be about knowing our fits and continuing to improve as a defense and play gap sound.
Northwestern's going to come to play, and they're going to be a team that's really well coached. They're not going to make mistakes. They know what they're doing. They're going to do their homework, so we have to be ready. We have to go out there and win the game. They're not going to give it to us.
Yeah, Nebraska's looking for their first conference win as they face the Wildcats at 6:30 this Saturday. Also, the Huskers playing back-to-back night home games. That hasn't happened in a while, as the time for Michigan was announced today. It's also at 6:30, prime time right here on ABC. Megan, I'll have more coming up in sports at 6.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Kelsey. Still to come on the news here at 5 o'clock. The deadline for the federal government to pass a funding bill is quickly approaching, while the latest from Capitol Hill next.
Your computer is your connection.
In national news now, the federal government will be shutting down unless Congress can pass a funding bill in 4 days, all while the U.S. is facing a potential debt crisis. ABC's Elizabeth Scholze is in Washington with more.
In a make-or-break week for President Biden's agenda, a stalemate in Congress is threatening the U.S. economy. Tonight, Senate Republicans are set to block a House-passed bill that would avert a government shutdown and raise the debt ceiling.
This is a totally Democratic government. They have an obligation to raise the debt ceiling.
Democrats say Congress has historically raised the debt limit on a bipartisan basis, adding it's about paying bills the U.S. government already owes, including trillions of dollars in debt accumulated under the Trump administration.
Let's hope that the Republicans will find enough of them find some level of responsibility to our country to honor what's in the Constitution.
The gridlock over the debt limit could have dire consequences for American workers and businesses, even the global economy.
The Treasury doesn't cut checks to everyone that the government owes money to in a timely way. It would be catastrophic.
Without legislation to raise the debt ceiling, economist Mark Zandi says the U.S. risks losing nearly 6 million jobs and being unable to make payments to millions of Americans for their Social Security and Medicare benefits and to pay salaries to members of the military.
If you get a check from the federal government one way or the other, you may not get that check.
And without a funding bill, the federal government will shut down at midnight Friday. With those two deadlines looming, Democrats are also racing to get the votes to pass the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill and the president's broader $3.5 trillion budget package.
You know me, I'm a born optimist. I think things are going to go well. I think we're going to get it done.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has set Thursday for a final vote on the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News, Washington.
In other national news now, in Montana, an Amtrak train derailed, killing 3 people and sending 7 others to the hospital. 8 out of the 10 cars on the train derailed. The company that operates the track where this happened says a routine safety inspection was done just 2 days before the accident. More than a dozen National Transportation Safety Board investigators are in Montana trying to determine what happened.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer.
An amazing day. Temperatures today start out in the low 50s, 52 degrees for the low in Lincoln. This afternoon we've topped out at 93. So we've had a run of 41 degrees from morning to afternoon, and that's a sign of dry air in place. Sunny skies as we take a live look from Allo Communications off to the south and west over the city. No clouds to be seen around the city right now. Temperatures remain in the low 90s. 93 degrees still at the airport, which ties the record high for this date set back in 1956. 93 degrees at Yankee Hill. Head further to the south and you can see 94 degrees in Beatrice. It's 95 degrees right now in Fairbury. Also, we've set a new record out towards Hastings. 93 is what the current temperature is, and 93 in Grand Island. Now, interestingly, I've looked at 90s. If you don't like the 90s, especially this time of the year, we don't see that many more 90s going forward. So from September 28th all the way through the end of the year, since 1948, we've only had 27 days that have produced a 90-degree day. If you do the math on that, going back that many years for those number of days, that works out to 0.3%. So not many more days should be expected to produce temperatures that warm, although we've got one more 90-degree day coming for tomorrow. Look back out to the west right now. It's 95 in Valentine, 95 degrees in McCook, 94 degrees in North Platte. Very little to speak of overhead on our satellite and radar imagery. In fact, clear skies all across the state. We look back to the south and southwest. There is an area of low pressure spinning away across New Mexico. This is going to start to come our direction and bring with it some clouds initially. We'll start with sunny skies tomorrow morning with clouds increasing through the afternoon and into late afternoon. Expect to see mostly cloudy skies. Showers remain back out to the west initially, but we'll start to see our chance for some showers increasing by Wednesday evening around the area, maybe even a few embedded thunderstorms. And Thursday looks to be a relatively wet day around here. As to how much rainfall we're talking about just through Thursday morning, computer models suggesting anywhere from just 1/10 of an inch to maybe upwards of 1 inch of rain out towards the Hastings area. So there is going to be some decent rainfall coming our way over the next 7 days. Now there's a wide spread in computer models, one suggesting 4/10 of an inch, another one over 2 inches of rain. Model number 2 is the one that's suggesting it, and we'll keep chances for rain all the way through much of the weekend as well. This evening, temperatures will be slow to cool. 80 degrees by 8 o'clock, 73 degrees by 10 o'clock. Eventually, temperatures dropping back into the mid-50s. So a little warmer than it was this morning, but still not too bad outside with a light wind out of the east. As we go through the day tomorrow, again, lots of sunshine early on. We will start to warm up very quickly. By noon, temperatures back into the mid-80s. We will start to see the clouds increasing from the southwest. There'll likely be high-altitude clouds coming in that will start to filter out the sun. But before that happens, temperatures should be able to make it back up into the low 90s by afternoon. Forecasting a high of 92 degrees in Lincoln. Winds will start to shift out of the southeast 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting at times to 20 miles per hour. 7-day forecast then shows rain starts to arrive by Wednesday evening. That continues through the day on Thursday. Thursday looks to be cooler, but also pretty humid with dew points in the upper 60s. We'll keep scattered showers in the forecast for Friday, scattered showers for Saturday, maybe a few morning showers on Sunday. And notice much cooler temperatures as well. We're talking highs only in the low to mid 70s of all the cloud cover around. And then we start going into the middle of next week and temperatures turning much cooler. We'll be saying goodbye to the 90s with high temperatures struggling to reach 70 degrees by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week.
You know, John, when you talk about those folks who don't like seeing 90-degree temperatures around this time of year, I'm one of them. I am ready for the 70s and 60s and Yeah, some cloudy, gray, sprinkly days. I'm ready for that.
Thursday's going to be one of those days if you'd like to stay inside, just hear kind of the rain falling outside.
Yes.
I think that's going to be your day.
I think that I wake up in those mornings and it's always very relaxing. I don't know.
Open the windows, you can hear some of the water coming down the downspouts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I look forward to Thursday. Thank you, John. In international news now, one person is dead and several others injured after a massive earthquake in Greece overnight. Officials say a 5.8 magnitude earthquake struck the island of Crete. Several homes and buildings were destroyed, debris littering across the streets. Aftershocks continue to rattle the area, adding to the damage, sending some people fleeing for safety. Crete is the largest and most populous of all the Greek islands, with just over 500,000 people who live there. Haitian migrants who were sent back to their homeland by the U.S. are coming face to face with the reasons why they left in the first place. The killing of the nation's president and a second deadly earthquake there have made conditions worse.
Each time there is an uptick in the number of kidnapping, the authorities react by having more patrol in the streets.
Port-au-Prince was leveled in the 2010 earthquake, and now gang violence has forced entire neighborhoods to flee. There are 7 camps for displaced people in the capital, but these camps aren't prepared for all the people returning to Haiti.
Clashes between different gangs have really ballooned out of control, and so we find persons like the IDPs that are here. They had to leave their permanent village or campsite which they were residing in since the earthquake in 2010. So imagine that.
The United Nations says that 20,000 people in Port-au-Prince have been displaced by gang violence just within the last year. Now back to national news. After decades of suspicion and allegations, singer R. Kelly has been found guilty of racketeering in his sex trafficking trial in Brooklyn federal court today. ABC's Dan Lieberman has the details.
R&B singer R. Kelly has been found guilty in Brooklyn federal court today of using his fame and network to sexually abuse women, girls, and boys. The verdict came on the second day of jury deliberations following a 6-week trial. He was convicted as charged of racketeering and sex trafficking involving 6 women, among them late singer Aaliyah, who died in a plane crash in 2001. The relatively brief deliberation suggests the jury did not hesitate to convict the singer who shot to fame with "I Believe I Can Fly." Kelly's face concealed by a mask as the verdict was read. The jury came to believe Kelly was the ringleader of a criminal enterprise, recruiting women and girls for sex, holding them against their will, and threatening them if they misbehaved. Dan Lieberman, ABC News, New York.
A split day on Wall Street today. The Dow gaining about 71 points, but the NASDAQ falling 78. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
This week, with Pfizer boosters now approved, daily
The popular Netflix series Stranger Things got a sneak peek at the upcoming 4th season. Netflix debuted the teaser Saturday night at their first ever global fan event called To Doom. It shows fans a nuclear family in the 1950s until things take a turn for the worse. Then fast forward to the 80s, where some familiar characters are exploring the now haunted house. The new season drops next year, but fans, including me, are already excited. Let's get a final check of your weather tonight with John.
Yeah, still very warm outside around the city of Lincoln. We've got temperatures right now in the low 90s, and they will be slow to cool off as we go through the evening. We'll keep skies clear as we head towards 8 o'clock, 78 degrees, 72 degrees by 10. Temperatures, though, will drop back down into the mid-50s by morning.
All right, thank you, John, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Stay tuned. World News Tonight with David Muir is up next, and we'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock. Have a great night.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
Stop by Comfort Made Mattress Factory today and save up to $500 with our bigger bed, smaller price sales event. Locally owned Comfort Made Mattress Factory.
Closed captioning